right now. It's 9:10 on the dot, and we are kicking off right now. We're already live on YouTube, and we are going to be kicking off the training immediately. If you can hear me, please indicate by spinning the love emoji immediately. Just spin the love emoji. Let me be sure you can hear me. Amazing, amazing. Got a lot of persons who can hear me clearly. So, guys, tonight we are going to be learning something powerful, and a lot of things have been happening at the back end. Like we've been doing a lot of things behind the scene, and maybe before we wrap up tonight's meeting, I'm going to be talking about it. So if you are new, I want to say you're welcome. Tonight I want to invite Mr. Empire to take us on tonight's training. We want to learn how Dexify work and how Dexify AI automation can help you build sustainable wealth over time. So Mr. Empire, if you're here, you can kick off immediately. Because we don't have time, and before you end, I will come back to summarize the meeting and tell us the latest thing we need to hear tonight. Are you there?
Yes, of course, I'm here.
All right, over to you. Can keep it.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, wherever you're joining us from. So welcome to tonight's training. It's going to be an amazing time together. Of course, without wasting much of our time, we're going to be diving into what we are here for. But as always, as you used to know, that every of our training is always impactful. So I would urge that you pay rapt attention to what we are going to be sharing with you tonight, because at the end of the day, it is going to make a lot of sense, to be honest. All right, it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so training today is actually for me, the terms for today will be simplifying liquidity provision to the let me say, to the best of it. However, I can, maybe describe it. But what I'm trying to say here is that tonight's training is going to be liquidity provision in its simple form. All right. So that even if you are just new to crypto space, you will definitely understand exactly what this particular place is all about, and also what liquidity provision is all about. All right. So I will go directly and share my screen, and I will actually help us to understand one or two things before we dive into the main game for today. All right. So, but as you are here, pay close attention, because all that we are going to be sharing with you is going to be mighty. It's going to be mighty. All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right away, so we can get it started. All right. Of course, my name is Christian Chibike Ome, popularly known as Empire. All right. And for real, the greatest wealth I have ever enjoyed in my life came from crypto. If you have been around maybe one or two times in our Zoom training, you must have you must have heard about my stories. And that is actually an interesting thing to me, because I believe that if a man in my stature as of that time could, have a life change from this particular space, everybody who actually listen and do what we are teaching would definitely share the same kind of results as well. So when we talk to you from the point of not just only results, but experience gathered over time. And we happen to come down to a point where we, communicate the difference between what other people do and what we do. Sticking to crypto space, making money there is actually something that needs to be understood. And for what we have done over time, it actually means that we have understood some certain things, and that is why we are capable of teaching, and not just only teaching, but providing a pathway or a business model that have the capacity to transform anybody's life. You see, the truth of the matter is this: there is so much money in crypto space, crazy money. If you look at my screen, you will see that, you will see, if you look up, right? If you look up, you will see 6H volume, which is, let's say, 6 hours volume or thereabout, all right? That is generated in this particular platform, which is the volume that has been done today in terms of liquidity. When we say liquidity, liquidity means money that came into the market, right? Which means money that came into this particular market today in Dex Screener totals about $3.28 billion. I want to help you understand something about this. And you can see over 10 million transactions generally from this Dex Screener under 24 hours. Now, what am I trying to say by highlighting this? You see, whenever I want to do a business, first of all, I will check how much is out there or how much is available for we to share. Do you understand my point? Yes, because what we come here to do is to collect our own share. So meaning that if the money that comes into the space is not enough, it means you have a little chance to win. But if the money comes up to be big or enough, it means it is easier for an individual to win. So what we're going to be doing here today is what we do different from what every other person does. So because in all my understanding, coming in contact with our coach, Boss Gideon, he has always been looking out for a way to simplify crypto space, meaning that he always look for an avenue to help an individual make money in an easy way in this particular space, instead of doing it the hard way that most people fear. All right? And that is why we are here today. Okay, so the business we have to do, the section we are making money from in crypto space is called liquidity provision. Liquidity provision. Now, in this particular training, this is our general Zoom meeting, meaning that there are first timers here who have never understood what liquidity provision is all about. There are also some of our old members here who have countless of time heard us even start already to participate and make progress with exactly what we are here for. So for that reason, we are going to be communicating in a language that will carry everybody along, meaning that we're going to be taking it step by step. First, I'm going to be sharing with us and explaining to us what liquidity provision is all about and the difference between liquidity provision and also trading. And in that regard, the reason liquidity providers are the champion of this particular space right now and will always be. Are we together? So, and then how do you do this particular type of business in most easy way without a single stress? I'm going to be breaking this thing down, step by step. So now look at this. Liquidity provision is the aspect of crypto whereby every crypto coin that is created survives because of liquidity. Pay attention. Liquidity is money. And every crypto coin that is created has to be in a pool. A pool is a place where individuals can come and contribute and provide liquidity, which means add money to that particular pool. Meaning that by adding money in that pool, they are making these coins more available. When you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is what it is today, is because of the liquidity behind it. Ethereum is what it is today, is because of the liquidity behind it. Every coin you can think of survives because of liquidity, meaning that liquidity is the backbone of the crypto market. So now, right from the inception of this particular space, individuals who understood this has always been making money from liquidity provision. But 99% of people are not aware of it. because 90% of individuals, their minds and focus are channeled to trading. Me in particular, what brought me into crypto space in the first place was trading. So I got to know about trading first before I have to even understood what liquidity provision is all about. And when I understood what liquidity provision was all about, I came to find out that it is more safer, more better, and less time consuming than other things that I have done before. So when you provide liquidity in a particular token, meaning that each and every of these tokens needed liquidity to survive, and when you provide liquidity to it, you earn what we call transaction fees. Now, how does this transaction fees come in? When you create a coin, right, it means that for the value of the coin to increase, there must be buyers and sellers. Now, this is a big market already, that there are people who have their money and who want to buy, and there are people who have bought and they want to sell. That one is paramount, right? But the rules in buying and selling in crypto space is that when you are buying any coin, for example, you have Solana. I'm on Dex screen right now. And of course, this is one of the highest, the biggest DEX platform, which is decentralized exchange platform under Solana blockchain. All right. So it means that when you want to buy, let's say you want to buy World Cup, right? You must have SOL in this particular place right now. Meaning that SOL is the price here. So you can use SOL and buy World Cup, right? And you can also sell World Cup and get SOL, which means you either swap it to World Cup or you swap World Cup to SOL, right? And that is how people do this, what we call buying or selling. You can also call it swapping of tokens, right? So now, an individual who's already in this particular space, you can either have USDT or USDC. So meaning that people have their money that they want to use in exchange of what they want. Now, when you come into crypto space, you don't use your fiat currency, meaning that if you are kind of in Nigeria, you use Naira. If you are in Ghana, you use cedis. If you are in Benin Republic, you use CFAs. If you are in England, you use pounds. If you are in America, you use dollars, right? So when you have your individual currency and you want to participate in crypto space, what you have to do is that you convert that your stable money or that your fiat money into a stable token. A stable token is USDT or USDC. So these are two most recognized stable token in this particular crypto space. So when you convert your money to these particular stable tokens, you can use this to buy BTC, Ethereum, Solana, World Cup, Dingin, Soccer, anything at all you want to purchase here. So you can exchange it. So, and when you buy, it means you traded one for another. But look at the concept here. The rule that is guiding this particular space says, when you want to swap any coin to any other coin, you must pay a transaction fee. Now, the question is, what is this transaction fee and who earns this particular transaction fee? The transaction fee, let me show you something. Let me show you something here. The transaction fee in this particular space goes to people we call the liquidity providers, right? Or sometimes we can call them market makers, right? Meaning that there are people who provided liquidity to make the market even available in the first place. So when you look at this place, you see that this is one of the biggest platforms where liquidity where pools are built. Like you get countless of pools where you can provide liquidity. Okay. So, and when you come to this place, you can see total value locked in the pools created under 24 hours is $331.08 million. And when you look at the swap volumes, meaning that people who have one coin and want to swap to another, it totals about $323.42 billion. Are you following? This is the level of money people carried into this particular space under 24 hours. Now, oh God of mercy. Then you see fees generated from the swap tokens that was done today, total about $2.5 billion. Now, these fees you see is earned by individuals like you and I, who always understand exactly what is happening in this space. You see, people do crypto in the hard way, and they got the hard lessons. A lot of people today resent crypto space because they lost money at one point in their engagement. And that is because most of our attention and focus was channeled to trading. But today we have a better way. So now, seeing that there is a great potential in this particular space, the question is, as an individual, you would want to participate. Yes. And that is very, very recommendable. Why? Because it is more safer than trading. Now, how is it more safer than trading? In trading, you predict a particular direction or you buy on spot. When you buy any coin on spot, it means that you are going to make money on that coin when that particular token goes up. Meaning that you have $100 you put in a coin on spot, that particular $100 can go down in value to even $20 while you are expecting to make money. And it's normal because you are dealing with a token. A coin is a movement. It goes either up or it goes down. So at the moment when you buy on spot, it means you are going to wait until it appreciates in value. Now, other people who trade do it on futures. Now, when they do futures, they can predict a particular direction. Either they predict that the market is going to go down, and when the market starts to go up while they predicted down, it means they're going to be losing money and can even get liquidated on the process. Or you predict down and the market, or you predict up and the market is going up, and if you are lucky, or maybe you have extensive knowledge, you can, in most of the time, predict maybe a right direction. But the question is, how many persons have such understanding, right? Now, in liquidity provision, it is that you earn transaction fees from traders who always buy or sell. And like it or not, people would always buy or sell. And that is just the thing. So what you did is that you changed focus and you wait for it from the back end. These are like the back ends of crypto trading, because in this particular place, you are just waiting for them to transact and you can participate in the fees that is generated. Are you getting what I'm saying? Meaning that if the market is going down, somebody will pay a fee to sell. If the market is going up, somebody must pay a fee to buy. And that is the same thing that happens to people who actually LP. So when you provide liquidity, you are like the one who controls the market movement, because however they do it, you must get fees. All right? You must get fees. And that is the beautiful thing about liquidity provision, because the target there is the fees you generated. And there are countless other ways that a liquidity provider also have advantage as well, and also manages maybe the little risk in this particular space, which in our inner group mentorship, We provide you with step-by-step on how you can take advantage of that. All right? But look at this. If you want to provide liquidity, what do you do and how do you do it? First of all, you need to do what? You need to make a research of these coins. Now, look at this. You can see as many Dex coin in this particular place. Let me just scroll up. Let me just pay attention very well to this meeting. Now, look at this. There are many coins here. You can even see Messi. You can see Bank. You can see Vigil. I don't know whether it's Vigil Van Dijk. You can see Ball. You can see Henry. So these are coins that are created that have multiple pools where individuals can come provide liquidity and they earn from transaction fees that is happening. For example, if you see World Cup, right? World Cup, look at this. World Cup, if you look at the transactions, has done over 22,000 transactions today, right? Then buyers about 10,000, sellers about 11,000, and you can see volume, they have done today $2.7 million today. And how you can see that, you can see traders, about 4,700 traders already, all right, on this particular coin. So it means that when an individual provides liquidity on them, they can also earn from the transaction fees that is being generated as well. Okay? So when you look at multiple pools like this, first of all, the steps in providing liquidity normally is that, number one, you have to go and search for what we call a good TVL. A good TVL is what we call total value locked. Very, very important. So meaning that you are going to look for pairs. You see all these things are coin. You must get a one that's search for all these particular coins that have a good TVL, meaning that there is enough money locked behind that particular coin so that it will not be robbed, right? And when you have that, number two, you now have to, right, go through the manual process of providing liquidity. Now, in providing liquidity manually, you have to convert your USDT into World Cup and also convert it, swap it to Sol as well, because you're going to do 50-50 provision, because a pair, any pool, any pair comes with 2 tokens. That's why it is called a pair, right? Meaning World Cup / Sol, right? Meaning that you're going to convert that your money into Sol or World Cup, right? So that you can be able to provide liquidity. Okay, so there are other couple of things which you're going to be doing, like rebalancing and every other thing manually. And probably why it is difficult sometimes to do this is that you might not always be that free to do it, except people that dedicate their time and they want to do it. Definitely they will make some good money. But do you know, our world is changing so fast that we are all to make money without spending much time on that particular thing, because there is a lot of things that are asking for our attentions already. So the reason for this training is liquidity provision made easy. So while liquidity provision on its form is very wonderful, for you to do it manually, it will also take time and expertise to some levels, because you have to also research about some of these coins and also understand the transaction volumes and also understand the TVL before you can now provide liquidity successfully in order to make some money, which is very beautiful. But today, we have a better way that we do it. If you look at the domination of AI in this space, you could tell that AI has come to literally change almost everything we do today. Meaning that 90% of people in few years to come, in next 2 to 3 years, are going to be displaced from their work. Why? Because those who understand how to use AI will definitely produce more results than those who do things manually. It is just a truth that cannot be overshadowed. And that is why any individual in today's economy would definitely do 1 or 2 things But in anything you do, make sure you improve yourself to align with the trend of the day. Why? Because if not, in your very eye, you will be made irrelevant. And that is why on learning what you think you have already known is very, very important, so that you can be able to learn the new things. Now, what do we do here? We have a robot that automates everything called Dexify. Oh my God. And this is where this particular training gets more interesting. Now, in doing liquidity provision, doing it in all its stressful manual ways, a robot that stands out comes to lift that particular stress or burden off you. And that is exactly what this particular meeting is all about tonight. The meeting is about you making more money, even with the little time you have, so that you can be able to, right? You can be able to progress even with a little time you have. So when you come to Dexify, Dexify is an automated system, a liquidity provision automated system that helps to provide liquidity on automation. Meaning that all those manual things is compressed with few seconds of activity, with just few things of command. And with this particular robot, of course, with this account, I have done over $12,000 in this particular account in liquidity provision already. And of course, you can see today, I have earned over $800, and that is the list of the things we do here. Why? Because we LP with multiple accounts. You know the reason? What I do when I wake up is that I check Dex Screener and I check Metura, some of these big platforms of liquidity pools. And I check them to see how much that comes into the market, and I will jot down a goal of how much I'm going to be living with under that 24 hours. And we go into the business. And the truth of the matter is that I do this with less stress while other things goes on in my life. Why? Because robot is now doing the work that I was supposed to do. And that is the most beautiful part of it. So the question is, how do you assess this particular robot? It's very, very easy. Very simple, right? Very, very simple. First of all, you need to download or register on Dexify. How do you register on Dexify? To start using it to provide liquidity. It's just a wonderful tool that helps you take advantage of the liquidity provision market with less time, right? In most easy way, okay? So now, you first of all register with a link. Neither somebody sends you a link, or a friend of yours gives you a link, or someone that invites you to the training gives you a link to register and download Dexify, okay? So, and when you register and download Dexify, then you need to do one thing. And that thing is that you have to connect your wallet, your decentralized wallet. Now, a decentralized wallet is a wallet that only you have access to. You know why? Our business is built under decentralized blockchain, meaning that the business on itself is a decentralized business. So what we are calling you here for is not to come and do contribution. We are not an investment scheme where people put money to get money. No, no, no. We provide a tool that helps you to go into the market where there is enough money to go get how much you will desire or that you want according to your knowledge. Because you see, what has happened over time is that in a training like this, it happened to me when I got involved. In a community of over 15,000 people, I scaled to almost the top. Why? Because I paid attention. Because I took the lesson to a different level, and I started to perform magic. And before you know what is happening, I was being seen, I was being recognized, and I was achieving things, and anybody can do the same. So in a training like this, while some others are still arguing with themselves, is this thing possible? How is it possible? and all these things. Some people are motivated, are thinking down, looking for means, how they can do this and how to learn more and get the result that other people have. It's just very different people. So first of all, you need to connect your wallet, but you must have in mind that your money stays with you, right? Your capital stays with you. And the truth of the matter is that you can come into liquidity provision with any amount of money you can afford in LP in terms of providing liquidity. So when you come to this place, if I click on this place, wallet, and I click on, if I click on more, I'll click on wallet, it brings me to this place where it now asks me, now, all these places you see is what is showing in my wallet that is showing here, right? It means the tokens I have in my wallet that is showing here, right? Now, if I click on manage wallet down, it will bring me to this place where it says on link wallet. Why? Because I'm already connected to this particular account with this particular wallet, right? If I unlink this account right now, it means I'm going to connect another wallet and so on and so forth. So for a new user, you have not connected any wallet, you can just come here, you connect your wallet. Now, if by any means you find it difficult, in this particular Dex platform or Dexify, we use decentralized exchange like Jupiter, Softly, or Phantom. So any one of it you have, which me, myself, I prefer Jupiter, but you can choose any one of your choice. All you need to do is that once you create your Jupiter account or Phantom account, knowing fully very well that you are the one in charge of the wallet, you keep your seed phrase safe. You write it down somewhere because you want to put money there. And maybe on our inner group training, we're going to be explaining to you so that some of these things that most people don't know, the difference between centralized and decentralized platform, for you to know that you are more safer in decentralized platform than centralized platform. Why? Because decentralized platform is originally built for blockchain, meaning that in this particular aspect of wallet, nobody controls your fund. You are the only one that have access to this particular fund, except you let your seed phrase go or you let it known to anybody around you or to the public. Then somebody can tamper with your money. But as far as you have access to your seed phrase and nobody also have access to your seed phrase, it is nearly impossible for you to be attacked on that note. So know it very well that your money stays with you, meaning that you are not coming here to contribute money or to give us money. No, we are giving you knowledge and offering you a tool that have the capacity to set you free. Then once you have connected your wallet, what is the next thing to do? You have to LP. But before you LP, you needed to do one thing. What is that one thing? You need to subscribe what we call D protocol. D protocol is something that enables this particular robot to be able to source for the APIs of different things it will do or it is doing in this particular space. Now, every automated robot has what we call gas. So here, the gas this one is using, the Dexify is using, is called D protocol. So if I come to this place, I will just click on store. Now, when I click on store, you will see in this place, first of all, for you to get your D protocol, you need to fund your Dexify account, right? Your Dexify account. That is the only money that you are required to send into this particular place because you want to get your D protocol. Other than that, every other money that you need to use an LP will have to be in your own exchange, in your decentralized wallet, not in Dexify. Dexify is not, is not a place where you keep your money for LP, all right? But when you send money to buy any of this package that would allow you to LP using this particular robot, what it will do is that first, it will appear under this place where you see $0.66. It means that any money that is here, this is not my wallet balance. This is not my wallet balance. This is Dexify balance, meaning that for money to be here, it means you sent the money to this place because you want to use it to purchase D protocol or DVIP or DeFi speed. Okay. So when you come to this place, you can see there are different D protocols. D protocol is a fuel that enables this robot to route through different APIs to get or provide liquidity for you in any pair of your choice. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how magical that is. I'm going to be showing you in this particular training. Okay, so when you go to this place, you will see D protocol 1, which is basic, is $105. You can see D protocol 2, which is starter, is $570. You can see 185, 1850. You can see 2550. You can see 4000. You can see 7950 and thereabout. All right. So you get your D Pro and you can now LP. All right. There is also what we call DVIP. You can also get your DVIP, which also helps you in making money in this particular business as well. But in our inner group training, we're going to be talking about that because we don't have much time here already. All right. And also there's what we call DeFi speed. Now, DeFi speed is something that this particular robot works. Any robot, any AI operates with what we call algorithm. Algorithm, if you notice that, let's say, when you look at some of these people that when they post, they get massive views. It means algorithm recognized their presence on the online space. So you are posting, somebody else is posting. What is different between the views this person gets within a certain amount of time and the views the other person gets within a certain amount of time is the level of algorithm that is carrying their message to people that need it. I'm just giving you an example to a layman understanding. All right. So by the time you understand exactly what DeFi speed is all about, it can also help you to improve in the speedness or the fastness of your LPing and the experience you can get as well. And all these have capacity to make a difference. All right. So now, but what you need to LP is what we call D protocol. Once you have your D protocol, you can provide liquidity. Now, how does liquidity provision work with this robot? Now, let me show you something. I'm going to be showing you one example, but we have videos already that also shows you how to use Dexify. And this is one of the best way you can do it. Now, I want you to understand that there are different types of LP. In this particular place where I click right now is called Discover. In Discover, you LP on manual, right? Using Dexify. The manual is as fast and simple as anything. Now, let me show you what manual look like. And also explain to you what an automated feature, which is what we call autonomous, look like with Dexify. So you see, this is a game changer. Let's say I want to LP with, let's say, USDC Solana, right? You can see one thing Dexify will do for you first is that it will scan the entire liquidity market and help you provide liquidity on coins. If you want, you can also choose stable coins. You can choose coins that has much volume. You can choose coins that have fees or coins that have more APR and so on. So what it means is that that work you are supposed to do on your own, meaning that you have to go and search for some of these coins by yourself. The Dexify robot will route these particular spaces and choose and select those coins. So even if you are trading manual, you have some of these pairs in front of you already. So I can decide to choose USDC versus SOL, and I'll come to this place, look at the futures. So you see how it does this, right? And you can choose to start with a little money. You can choose to start with a big account or with big capital. It depends on how much you have, all right? But as little as the lowest is $15. And I'm going to be using $15 to provide liquidity here, just for example. But the main training on how to do it is also in our inner groups, all right? So if I click on, let's say I want to use this strategy called Trend Up, right? For example, you can use any strategy here, and they will definitely give you what you're looking for. So it will bring me to this place where I will just put $15. And when I put $15, I will just change my reward target and I'll put 4. So you see how easy and simple it is. And I'll click on what? Review position. Now, when it reviews position, see how fast it is. It says create position. And I will do like this. Look at this. Securing your USDC, swapping to pool tokens, deploying liquidity, confirming on Solana. Hey, oh my God. And after this few minutes, complete. and it has already LP'd for me, provided liquidity, and now it says view portfolio, right? And once I come to this place, it will take me to a place where it will show me. Now you can see how much liquidity I have provided here. Now you can see this. Now you can see $15, right? $15 LP. And one thing is this, it's already there. As far as it is in this particular within range, it means I'm going to be earning fees as this particular movement is going, whether the market is going down or the market is going up. All right. And also there is auto rebalancing as well, meaning that in whatever way it is going, it have the capacity to rebalance. All right. And bring you into range. Okay. And in our technical trainings, we're going to be explaining to you how to manage some of the few risks in this particular place, which is almost insignificant. All right. And that's how beautiful it is. So, and you can provide liquidity and start to earn significant income for yourself. Now, if I click on this place, let's say I go to activity, you can see few things we did today. You can see almost, you can see $184, $199. You can see $149. You can see $147 and almost over $100 and all $800 and something done today. And I did not even do much because of other activities I have on my table. All right. And that is how providing liquidity is very simple. And when you do this, you have already put your reward target. And what it does is that once it LPs, it gives you profit. And you can also use the automated features. The automated features is the one when you on a button, all you need to do is just on a button, put the amount of money you want to LP with, and put how many pairs you want it to LP on, and it will enter the market and start to provide liquidity for you. And once it reaches your reward target, it closes it on autopilot, even when you are not there. So imagine when Dexify manual LP is as simple as this. Imagine what the autonomous way will look like. This is amazing, guys. This is amazing. All right. So, and at this point, I'm going to be welcoming back my coach. All right. Because there are other announcements, which is our V2 migration to V1. You see, everything we are doing here, there has been a massive work on the ground. A massive work on the ground to have more latest AI that have the capacity to give you profit at will. And you can't snooze on this. All right. You can't snooze on this. So thank you very much, Coach Gideon, for giving me this amazing opportunity to speak with us today once again. I really do appreciate, and I thank you for all that you do for us, because it is not easy. May God bless you richly. And thank you to everyone who also was on this particular training, but stay to the end so that you can be able to get the latest and the last gist from our boss. Thank you very much. Boss, you can take over. Thank you. Are you there? Boss, are you there? Boss, can you hear me? All right. So now few of this particular information is about our migration, and also there are a lot of things we are doing to improve on this part, even as it is performing in this particular amazing way. We are also doing a lot to make sure that you have the best of its kind, because this is a revolution. All right. And of course, the migration will start tomorrow, which to the migration from V2 to V1, and also the V2 also will be there for us to also explore as well directly. But some of the crazy features that will enable the V1 to be at its best is going to be migrating. We are going to be, our technical team are going to be migrating from tomorrow to, I think maybe if they can be done tomorrow to next tomorrow. And I'm telling you, you're going to have the best of the ideas. All right. There is so much money in this space to make. And all I urge you is to try everything possible to get the knowledge that will definitely help you to stand out. Because when you stand out, you will definitely make so much money. All right. And here we are here to teach you. So our training holds, our general training holds Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and I think Thursday, yes. So our inner group mentorship training, that is a place where you are taught different things, right? And also how to maximize this amazing robot, is on Wednesday and Friday. All right, Wednesday and Friday. So yes, that is beautiful. Okay, so make sure you always attend training, and I bet you will definitely make progress in this particular space. May God bless each and every one of us. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night.
I don't know if anybody can you hear me, guys? I don't know if anybody can hear me, please. Admin, please, if you can hear me, can you spin the love emoji, please?
Yes, of course. I've already closed the meeting. Okay. So